Okay, I promised you a way to do some billing, and while stage two is sort of kind of about mostly about Word, plan on talking about Acrobat and PDFs more about in stage three. But it seems like billing is a kind of fits into this basic topics of getting things up and running. So I'm going to give you a little bit about the PDF, the difference between Reader and Acrobat, and a little bit about commenting, um, sticky notes, and so forth. Now, this billing and time record you see here is just a design I did, and then I converted to a PDF, and I put it inside of and right now I'm looking at it inside of Reader, which is free, so you can use this without Acrobat. But yeah, I kind of intend you kind of need at least one copy of Acrobat around to make it work well. By with Reader alone, it'll be okay. But if you have one person in your office with Acrobat, then you're really going to be going along pretty well with this thing. It's very similar to the PDF postcard, which is in the paperless extras. You can check that out. I did some videos on that. I designed that for emailing attachments and so forth and searching. You can do that with this as well, but this one I just made it look like um, something different for a different purpose. Now, what I see, the way you would use this is simply you would go and you'd right click and you'd add the sticky note, and then you would type in your time, say 45 minutes on Jones. Oh, maybe we want to spell that right. There we go. That's really it. That's pretty much all you have to do. Maybe you want to. I reserve this over here. Now, what this is a comment, and this comment pane down here is where all the comments are going to be in a list. And you click this to open it up, to toggle it open and closed. If you made attachments, you'll see that that's what this is for. But there are no attachments to this. So that's it. Now, what's nice about this is it records the date and time. You don't see it here, but if you click here, you can see right there the date and time. And if you have a whole bunch of them, you're probably going to want to just expand all and just look at them all at once. Now, once you have, you just keep going on like this. I mean, that's basically it. There's really not much to it, you know. Point to phone call. Now, that's it. Now, if you wanted to, and what you may want to do is, if you like these to look a certain way, you can change them individually by right-clicking on them, and then going to Properties, or by opening one up and going to Options to Properties. I'll show you what. See, now here's the sticky note properties. Now you can see you can make these things look like a lot of different things. You can make these things mean something to you if you want. But what's going to show up down here, you'll see no matter what shape I make it, it's still going to look like that, but the color will show up. So if I make this a check mark and then make it green, see the color changes, but it's still a balloon, so you can't really rely on the shape on the shapes too much down here in the pane, but you can rely on here. So if you wanted to make like a note for here, for someone to see, say, you know, bill this next month or something to whoever's billing it, or maybe to yourself or whomever. I kind of intend this. Well, this will appear down here with the rest of them. All these things have pop-up. Whenever you roll over them, they pop up. So, if, you know, the stuff over here certainly is something you could just roll over and you could just get that information really quickly, and you wouldn't have to go down here to find it. Here would just be a bunch of different times and so forth. You can put whatever information you want. Now, of course, you can also go down here once you have it going, and you can add more details by clicking right on here and then entering it. Now, this is just a I don't want to get too deep into commenting, but this is a great way to get used to it, and you can of course make this bigger or smaller. And of course here, I'm in Reader, so what we want to do here, I meant this is for, if you watch the PDF postcard, you can see that you can type on these things as well. Now, I use a lot of right clicks and so forth. I don't use a lot of menu stuff, or as little as possible, but I should probably show you about that. You go to the basic places where you want to find toolbars. This is going to almost always be in the view drop down in most programs, most applications. So you go to toolbars, and what we're concerned with here is comment and markup, and then it pops up here. Now that's a floating one right now. If I want to dock this thing, I just kind of drag it up there and let it go. So I can do stamps now. You know, I can use all sorts of things. I can get stamps going here, and there they go. You know, I could say, you know, approved. Maybe this is my time card for the week. You know, I can say this is approved. You know, I saw it. There you go. Approved by me. So, you know, there's different ways you could do this, and then maybe you want to send this off to a secretary or something to enter this information in whatever program you use, if you use one. I don't remember much about the one I used to use, but I remember it was a pain in the neck, and what I wound up doing was searching around my office for all these sticky notes stuck everywhere. Now this is something you can keep around, and just as you see how easy it is, you know, add sticky note, and you can get the time in there really quickly. So that's the basic functionality of. Oh, I was going to show you the typewriter, right? So view, toolbars. The typewriter is its own toolbar. So you can go on here. You can also click up here, right click on the top here to grab the toolbars as well. Like I said, there's always many different ways to do this. You can dock that, and then you click on typewriter. We may want to close this out so we can see what's going on a little better. And then we click here, and you'll see attorney Seth Azria, and then the matters, you know, Jones. And then when you go back to here, you'll see that they entered here. Now, if you do a lot of different things on these things, you can play with what these do, but one thing that I noticed is really helpful is to sort these things by type. So, now here's a little thing you can read this about sorting and showing and so forth. But if you sort by type, then the stamps and the text box, and the text box would be the typing, and then all the sticky notes, which are actual money or comments, would appear together. Now, if you once this thing gets to be, you know, like say 20, 30 things long, 30 things big, something like this is gonna be great. Now, getting information out of here with Reader is not that much fun. Export comments. It's going to only export it in a what's called a PDF data file, which would get read back into this file. So this is doing it this way. You'll have it there, and you could go in there and certainly, you know, click this and then, you know, copy it and then paste it into Word or paste it wherever. That's not too bad, really. And you can probably get it done pretty quickly, but there's when you use Acrobat with this thing, it has this cool export feature that I'll show you in the next movie. The next one, I'll take a look at the same document using Reader.